Hey folks, I'm here at the Community Farmers Market in Bowling Green, Kentucky. It's at the corner of Nashville Road and Campbell Lane. It's a Saturday, it's a gorgeous weather. Been meeting a lot of nice people here. We're doing something here today called a barbecue clinic. I've been here selling my new Kentucky barbecue book. Been selling some of these t-shirts. Got my name and my website on it, westbarryliving.com. I'm selling myself all over the place these days. And here's what it looks like on the back. I'm pretty happy with that. Today, we got Josh Poling here from Home Cafe Marketplace across the road. He's been doing cooking demonstrations. Rob Boss, who does the food blog Countryside Food Rides, he's been here talking to folks about grilling and barbecuing. And at the market, there are just vendors set up selling all kinds of stuff. Today, we're gonna go check it out, talk to people, and find out what kind of good local products you can get here at this Community Farmers Market. One of two farmers markets in Bowling Green. The other one is the Sky Farmers Market across town. Anyway, come on, let's go check it out and meet some folks. Hey folks, if you've been watching the show for a while, you may recognize this fella right here, Josh Poling of Home Cafe and Marketplace across the road. Josh, good to see you again, man.
Great to see you, Wes.
You've been doing a little cooking, grilling demonstration out here, right?
We have. Today was actually barbecue school, so we came out, gave some tips, just some general pointers, and grilled some delicious tacos, most importantly.
What kind of beef did I see on that grill there?
We actually had flat iron steak today, which is a very unique cut of beef. It's starting to gain in popularity. What it is, it comes from the shoulder, so it's often known as a blade steak or something, and for a long time it's just thrown into hamburger. But they figured out that there was a gristle in there you can cut out, and it's a beautiful, well-marbled, tender cut of steak.
And so basically, you grilled that flat iron steak for how long?
Maybe 3 minutes on each side. I had a really hot grill over here, thanks to Rob Bass. A really hot grill. I cook everything medium rare. Even at my restaurant on the menu, when you order prime rib, you get medium rare prime rib. We don't do well done. Beef's supposed to be eaten medium rare.
Amen to that, right?
Right,
yeah,
right.
I'm a big fan of the juicy meat.
Yeah.
If you cook it too long, it's no longer juicy.
Well, I mean, you and I are we're the rare to medium rare hamburger guys. You know, we're the purists. If you know where your meat's coming from, you can eat raw beef. I mean, you really can.
That's right.
And so
and I have.
Right, and it's about it's about sourcing and knowing where it comes from. And
that's right.
The more you cook, the more you take away from that beef.
Folks, I'm here with Bill Lewis, who, along with his wife Linda, runs Stony Creek Farm over in Metcalfe County.
That's right.
You all are raising pastured or selling pastured beef. Would you tell the folks like what that is and why it's good?
Well, a pastured animal is just like these pictures in the back here, that it just shows that the animals are on pasture consistently. And what we do is after the animal's slaughtered, we dry age our beef, and we dry age for 7 to 14 days. And there's natural enzymes that are inside the meat that actually break the fibers of the meat down naturally.
Yes.
And it adds a nice beefy flavor to it.
That's right, so you hang the carcass up in a cooling room, and it becomes more tender and more flavorful through the aging, yeah. Folks, don't let anybody tell you that you can't have good marbling with a grass-fed animal. That right there, that's some nice genetics right there. What kind of breed do you got there, Bill?
Well, we use an Angus breed.
Yes, sir.
And we also have a Gelbvieh bull.
Okay. Stick around, folks.
I was trying to cut out a shape out of a piece of scrap leather that I had gotten, and it turned into me playing with it, and I found there's only one other artist that I've ever found in the world who does it.
We've got more on the way. Hey folks, I'm here talking with Tiny Derek Geyer. That's your nickname, right, Tiny?
That's it, Tiny.
Now.
That works for me.
Derek does these. I met Derek back in the winter. The Community Farmers Market happens all year round, and now they're outside, but in the wintertime, we're inside here in the old mall in Bowling Green. Derek does these really cool leather carvings, and why don't you tell the folks what you do?
Well, it started about a year ago. I started playing with a knife and accidentally nicked a piece of leather. And what I'm doing is creating in the leather a negative of the image that you would normally draw in dark with a pencil or whatever. So I'm using the leather and actually scratching the dyes out of the leather to create a picture in the leather.
So this is just, again, an accidental...
Yeah, it was completely by accident. I was trying to cut out a shape out of a piece of scrap leather that I had gotten, and it turned into me playing with it, and I found there's only one other artist that I've ever found in the world who does it. I found his stuff and very arrogantly responded, I could do that. And sure enough, it's turned into something that's helping my family, because we work in ministry. It helps us make money for our family.
So, if you've been watching this show for a little while, you may recognize this lady right here, Michelle Howell, who along with her husband Nathan owns Need More Acres, and you all organize this market. And Michelle, you've also edited this new publication called Eat.
That's right.
And its coming out party is really soon, where you tell people how you can get food locally. We've been going around and talking to people. We were having a really good time today. And so why don't you just kind of wrap us up by telling folks about the market and the neat things that you all do here.
Yeah, well, from the very beginning, there was a group of farmers that came together, and there were things that we wanted to do to strategically make local food available for everyone. So some of the things that this market does is we accept WIC and EBT, or we're getting ready to accept EBT, senior nutrition.
What's EBT?
EBT is basically, it used to be called food stamps.
Yes.
And so what we would be able to do is, by doing that, is make local food accessible to more people. We're doing things like helping to provide transportation to people without transportation to come to the market. We've got refugee and immigrant outreach. We actually have some refugee women from Burmese that are selling at the farmers market and plan on doing more things like growing things to sell.
So what brought you into this business in the first place? Like, did you read something that inspired you?
I actually got a job at 15 years old working for Jackson's Orchard and Nursery.
Okay.
Worked there for 9 years through college, and I just loved the idea of local food. They bought lots of local food from lots of different people and sold it there, and I just love the idea of knowing who you were buying from.
That's a great place.
Yeah.
Bill Jackson, what a
Yep.
good guy too.
Yep.
So it's probably nice that we focus on a little greenery. This is a farmer's market after all. We're here in April, so it's early. Not a lot of produce, but before long, you're probably going to be seeing more of this kind of stuff here as well, right?
That's right. Well, we actually have several of our farmers have high tunnels, so they grow stuff all year. So
Yes.
they've had some, but yes, over the next couple months, increasingly, there'll be lots more vegetables, and we're trying to make those more ethnically diverse and growing different kinds of vegetables that our customers are asking us to grow.
More Go Local is coming up. Michelle, this is a beautiful magazine. It's called, what, Local Food for Everyone?
It is published by the Local Food for Everyone initiative, and then the magazine's called Eat.
Okay. Stay tuned. Michelle, this is a beautiful magazine. It's called, what, Local Food for Everyone?
It is published by the Local Food for Everyone initiative, and then the magazine's called Eat.
Okay. And, you know, I've been flipping through the pages. It's really lovely. And I just wondered, what will people find within the pages of this magazine?
Right. Well, you will see over 50 local farmers advertised, so you'll be able to connect to local farmers. But you'll also see local nonprofits and other organizations that are partnering to work together to make sure that everyone in our community has access to local food.
So is that the primary vision, to make sure?
It really is. It's no matter what your demographic, no matter what your income level, that you have access to local food, and finding those partnerships, and also finding creating partnerships between farmers and local restaurants and anybody who's a food buyer, just creating those partnerships.
Okay. How often is this magazine going to be published, and where can people pick it up?
It's coming out twice a year, spring, summer, fall, winter, and you can find it at local restaurants that have local food, retailers, farmers markets, and other businesses that support local farmers. I'm here with book review editor Sonia Bird, originally from the Pacific Northwest.
That's
but now,
right.
I hopefully happy to call.
Very much so. Very much so.
So Sonia, I read your book reviews here.
Yeah.
And what kind of books did you review for this publication?
Well, we've got 2 books on gardening and vegetables, and talking about heirloom vegetables, which are the non-hybrids. There's people say heirloom, and you don't exactly know what that means, except it's a tomato you've never seen before.
Right.
But it's a true seed, an old seed. It breeds true to form. It's open pollinated. It requires bugs still, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally.
So there's 2 of those, and in them there's some really great, excellent seed choices, and also talks about seed preservations. And then the 3rd book is a cookbook, and I'm a cookbook fanatic, so I had to have one of those. And this is called The Homemade Pantry.
Yes.
And it is Mama's Little Helper. So you can actually make Pop-Tarts, you can make granola bars.
Wait, this is unhealthy stuff, right?
No. Well, now, everybody has treats. Even people that eat local eat treats. So, but you can make this stuff with your own flours. If you want a whole wheat flour, you get it. You want an organic flour, get it. You want organic strawberry jam in your Pop-Tarts, go for it. You can do it.
You don't want to miss what comes up next. What kind of recipes are you trying to feature and eat?
Always very easy to prepare, local, but with a little twist. Like there's a farmer's market pizza, and you know, on Facebook when we were talking about local food for everyone and people were giving their review of the magazine, they were like, ooh, a farmer's market pizza with squash on it. I've never heard of a pizza with squash.
Stick around, folks. All right, folks, I'm here with Brittany Ryan. Brittany's the editor of this publication, E, and she was also at one time a student in the English department at Western Kentucky University. Just
I was.
Did we prepare you well or not for this kind of work?
Very well. That's where I learned how to do all my copy editing, and all my love for grammar was in my English degree. So definitely.
I'm glad to hear that. Shout out to WKU English department.
Woo!
Woo! All right, so look, I've read your stuff in here. You've written recipes, contributed recipes, and like, what kind of recipes are you trying to feature and eat?
Always very easy to prepare, local, but with a little twist. Like there's a farmer's market pizza, and you know, on Facebook when we were talking about local food for everyone and people were giving their review of the magazine, they were like, ooh, a farmer's market pizza with squash on it. I've never heard of a pizza with squash. So just trying to get people to be able to make things that are healthy, but very simple. So,
absolutely. These are not the kind of recipes that I would see in Gourmet Magazine or Epicurious.
No.
These are kind of streamlined but delicious and healthy recipes.
Exactly, exactly.
I'm here with head tree hugger in charge, sustainability coordinator Christian Ryan Downing. How you doing, friend?
I'm good.
So, Christian, you helped write the grant for this publication, yes?
Yes. Just a little less than a year ago, we had a vision to promote local food in South Central Kentucky, and we wrote a grant.
Yeah.
And the USDA gave us some money to promote local food.
And so that grant helps publish this magazine.
Yes.
And you're also using that grant to sponsor a food dinner that's coming up on campus?
Yes, so the grant is to promote local food, and so what we're able to do with the grant is a few things. We're able to make this beautiful publication, and actually we'll have a fall issue that comes out in probably about October.
Yes.
The grant helps us pay for Food Day, which will also be in October, and we had the first annual Food Day this last October, and of course now we'll be able to do it bigger and better with help from the USDA.
Super. I also see that in the magazine there are ads from different farmers.
Very nice ads, yes.
Yeah, they're super ads. So people can basically flip through the magazine, look at the ads, and know who they can contact to get, say, Meltdown's ice cream,
One
which
of my
is absolutely
favorites.
delicious. How can folks get their ad in the magazine here?
All they have to do is say they want to be in the magazine. It's no cost for any local producer to be in the magazine, and in fact, one of the things that the grant helped us do was to provide farmers and producers little mini grants for logo development. And so if you're a farmer and you want to be in this magazine but you don't have a logo or a nice pretty graphic like this, the grant allowed us to do that for local producers as well.
Hey, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's a good scene. There's some good grub back here,
Yeah,
I see,
there
and
is.
some local wines from
Reed's Winery.
Reed's Winery. So thanks for all the good tree hugging Office of Sustainability work that you do.
Of course, thank you.